Hello everybody, sorry I haven't done a Cities of Imagination video for a while. I've just been very busy. This scene, I just showed you the animation in the YouTube video, and it's music by ChameleonJersey.com. I always say Chamelon. I think it's from when I was a kid. I used to say chameleon. I used to say that as Chamelon. It does look like Chamelon when you spell it. Anyway, so it's basically a pan of the Three Zuni Eastern Seaboard City from my 3zuni.com story. And these characters are all kind of ideas that I've had throughout the last year or so from my Draw Every Days. You can see, go back on them in Instagram and you'll be able to see some of these characters. These are random characters I've drawn from, you know, the idea of the 3zuni.com universe is Draw Every Days. Often I was doing it late at night. I'm sure this one was doing a contract. It was probably on a Tuesday night. I did it at 11 p.m. when I got home. So what I did is I had an image behind, so I imported the image as a plane from the drawing, the photograph of the drawing directly from Instagram. Then I used grease pencil to trace around it to use it as an outline. Yeah. You can see it's a bit buggy when you get complex scenes. The black lines disappear when I'm doing that. There's going to be new versions of Blender, really amazing. And please, if anyone's developing and watching this, please, it'd be amazing if this gets done, because what you'll be able to do is import a grease pencil object as an SVG. So an SVG is like, where is it here? Scalable vector graphics, and that's basically what you use when you convert images to vector using Illustrator or Inkscape. You know, convert is it Live Trace in Illustrator and I can't remember, trace bitmap in Inkscape, and if you think about it, so you won't have to trace around the original drawing. The original drawing will import into grease pencil. Then, say for example, if you've got these black lines that you actually drew with a proper pencil or pen, then they'll automatically be in, rather than me trying to reinterpret it and use the original drawing as just a reference. And for people like me that still draw traditionally, that's an amazing thing. I'm gonna get one of these days a tablet screen with a pen, you know, touch screen tablet, but at the moment I only have a non-screen tablet, so it's not the same as drawing. I'll never give up traditional drawing, by the way. It's the best thing. Okay, so that's basically the scene. So it's a 3D basic kind of stock image, stock buildings in the background. I didn't want to make them too kind of futuristic. It's basically 3Zuni's a near future. It's not meant to be this sort of Blade Runner sort of cliche thing. It's meant to be kind of cities that look like now, more minimal things. If anyone's a fan of Andrei Tarkovsky's film Stalker, it's really good because it's a sci-fi film, but it's not over the top. In the same way as his film Solaris, it's subtle. You know, it's not big, you know, big skyscrapers, Blade Runner sort of stuff, which is amazing. But we've seen so much of that. You go to ArtStation now, you see that so much. So I'm just trying to do more of a sort of near future, as it were. And then this bee is basically going on a path. Okay, and again that's grease pencil. So I'm combining the background with blocky images using a cartoon shader with front images, which is the grease pencil. It's quite hard to contrast. I'm finding it quite hard to contrast the 3D with the 2D, but you know, if I'm doing it so I'm blurring out the background so it just looks like a reference, you know, just a subtle hint, and then you've got the front that's the 2D grease pencil. That's kind of good. Excuse me, I've got a terrible cold. And then freestyle rendering, you know, you can put lines behind it, but I'm finding that when I do a freestyle rendering, the lines are showing up kind of over the grease pencil. There might be a way to get around that. I'll have a look. And these are just very, very small little subtle animations like the blinks. So when the bee comes near this woman, she blinks. This woman has a cigarette and goes up, and then the ash just drops down. So things like that, just little subtle things like that. I like subtleties in films that I watch and animations. I was going to do the smiley face, going to become a sad face for a second, but sometimes you have to stop and get things done. There's some kind of Buddhist people in the background, that kind of thing. And I also did add sounds here, but I decided not to use that in the end. I just used the soundtrack. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. If you've got any questions about this and using Blender or Grease Pencil, or getting your drawings into 3D software for kind of 2D stroke 3D animation, let me know. Contact me at Instagram at JamesAbelArt and Twitter at JamesAbelArt, and check out 3zuni.com and JamesAbelArt.com for my sci-fi visual story. And also go to the link if you have an Amazon Echo and you want to listen to my daily art. What shall I call them? My daily art. Just random thinking, I guess. Thank you, and bye for now.